Hey everybody, we're back again. We're doing an Underrot 14. And this time I'm doing it with another buddy of mine, but he is a monk tank. So, Holy Paladin here. This is another guide for you guys. Just kind of watch through. I sped things up to make this a shorter video. I do make a few mistakes here, so bear with me. So we are doing explosion. So there's the orbs that we need to take down. It is bolstering, and tyrannical, along with awakening, the obelisks that we need to go into. Since this is a 14, we will be doing them all. So this tank is fairly new at it, so sometimes he is pulling mobs and giving them bolstering when they don't need to get bolstering. But I mean, really, 4 stacks can be handled. Get above that. So we're going to go through. I'm just going to pull everything. There's going to be a few oops on everybody's part, but we time it, so it does not matter, right? Anyways, let's go through here. I pop my coolies, because this hurts a lot. Those eyes just do the trick. But my coolies, when I say coolies, they're a 1.5-minute cooldown, so that's... I don't think I needed to use lay on hands in here once, so... And I should have, maybe, I don't know. So coming up on this boss, she does a frontal AoE, or just, some damage, which I stand in right there and die. I honestly was not paying attention, but it was also kind of hard to see where she was facing. So now that I kind of stopped doing what I'm doing, I start paying a little more attention to where she's looking. That demon hunter is so big, sometimes he's blocking the view. So this is where maybe I need to zoom in so I can get a better look at things. I'm running LVUI for my action bar setup, DBM for the boss mod, and I'm doing details for the damage meter. And then there's that. Just was not paying attention. I mean, I knew those worms did that, but I stepped away thinking I was going to be away from it, and I was not away from it, so because I didn't want to have to worry about it. So I died, ran back. Anyway, we go through here. We're pulling a little slow. But once again, he's a new tank, so he's still getting the feel for it. And he's doing pretty good for, jumping into this fresh. So keep it going. Just bust through these guys. Take him out and take on that boss. Nothing special here. Every now and then I'll stun those guys just to keep them from doing some of their AoE or doing the attack on someone that they target. Those little spider guys like to target somebody, fixate on them, and attack them. Now, this demon hunter, he pretty much takes the blunt of it, and he does a good job of mitigating some of that damage or avoiding it or whatever he's doing, because he doesn't get hit very much. So, but he is doing a ton of damage. As you can see, he says in the chat, pull more. So... just clear up all these ads, pull the boss. Now he makes a little oopsies here. Not here, I mean just in a little bit, so let's just keep watching. Let's wait. Okay, so we pull these. And here's little oopsies. This is tyrannical. So you get a tyrannical boss, and he gets bolstering. So this makes it a very... The boss is easy, it doesn't matter, so... but it would have done a lot. Yep, get everybody top back off, go back in and do Crusader Strike. I mean, we do Holy Shock on anybody that needs a glimmer and doesn't need a heal, and we Holy Shock the boss, and then we Light of Dawn everybody just to keep that beacon up going on the tank. And then, yeah, Crusader Strike, Judgment, Holy Shock. Sometimes I do Judgment and throw it in there just before the Holy Shock on the boss so I can get, hit a little extra harder with that Holy Shock. All the damage helps in this. The amount of healing I had to do in here, my DPS wasn't the greatest, but I don't have any corruption to help with the DPS part. So I think once I start gearing up towards that corruption, that will change. So, and this demon hunter does a great job of taking these mobs out because there's a lot of times where guys get hit by this guy. I'm going to talk to this monk tank and just see maybe if he wants to set up a macro to take off a Blessing of Protection, because there's times where he puts a lot of damage on and is just getting hit hard, and if I can bop him, just reset that deal so he's not using a brew to reset it. That might make things easier. Let's get in a drink. So this one's fairly straightforward. Everyone does a pretty good job. As far as moving to the mushrooms, dropping the things, you get that arrow on top of your head, you need to get to those mushrooms. It kind of helps limit the amount of those spores that get floating around. He also does a frontal attack. It's a slam, and that kind of takes out some mushrooms too, I think. But and as we're fighting, it's not here, it's, and then right about here is where he's gonna hit. Nope, a little bit later. He's gonna hit, and he's gonna take out the two demon hunters. Like you see them both right there in front, and Peyton, the tank, kind of said, that might have been my fault. He turned him just a little bit, and yeah, turned him just enough, and I think he got those guys. And that one demon hunter's claiming it's his fault. I don't really think it was his fault. Both those guys are in the same spot, just to the front right of that guy. You can see we can put out decent DPS as soon as I get more. I'm eating the tank on this one, so. I like playing Holy Paladin, just the amount of work that you got to do. The idea of DPSing and healing in these dungeons as a healer, huge thing to get used to. My thoughts on it, I like it. Makes it more complicated. Getting a going here. That Boomkin just doesn't stop DPSing. Even though we go up here, he eventually, he still has aggro. So I told Peyton right here, I was like, hey, just let him have it. He'll eventually run to us because he doesn't want to get hit. So jump into here, take on this worm, and that guy will be coming up here soon. Probably should have switched over because just the whole bolstering aspect. Now he's got freaking 2, and yeah, that ground slam. He ain't gonna survive a ground slam with two bolsters up on him. Pull him down to here. Now this is a decent spot to take him to, but we're a little short on percentage, so we take this guy out, take those 2 guys out, then we got to go back up and take out a worm. So this one here, I almost die. Right there, yep. I'm like, ooh, I screamed a little bit because I saw it coming, and I was just, I don't know. I take out this. I'm surprised we didn't pull that guy. Anyways, I have a lot of practice to do. Almost die here, very close. Stuff was hitting us very hard. Alright, so this boss, take him around the edge. Everybody stay close, because you're going to get that ring of purification or whatever on you. And that takes off all of that stuff and clears the ground of that AoE right there that he lays down. So, this is, I die right here because I just got hit by a shit and I should have moved. So, then I pop coolies. No, I don't pop coolies. There we go. And I set it right there. It helps with everybody. Nobody should be behind him because there is too much shit on the ground. Here I do a better job of getting out of the way. So you want to stay stacked so he doesn't just spread that everywhere because he'll just randomly target a guy. So if you can stay stacked, then that puts it, you know, focuses where he puts it. And then here, I die right here, and I do not know how. Just because I stood in that shit again. Yep. Well, anyways, that was it, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, do whatever. More is coming your way.